what these critics are doing, these activists are doing really is eliminating the innocence of childhood. For almost 20 years now, there's been a fringe movement that has been growing slowly, advocating this kind of underground media sources. And it's important that we understand that the goals they state may not be the ones that they actually represent.
Okay, the thing that's so dangerous about these groups is they're using a neutral term like media literacy to actually propagate partisan political beliefs into our school system. So let's look at a couple of these prominent media literacy groups. I pulled this information right from their websites. So first I wanted to quote something from the Media Education Foundation, which sells its propaganda videos, many of which cost nearly $200. So anyway, here's the first line on their page. Rectification of the system, in Gore Vidal's prophetic words, has never seemed so urgent. So, rectification of the system. That doesn't sound like people trying to teach students about media literacy. That sounds like an explicit propaganda message. So let's look at an even more radical group. This is the Adbusters Foundation, which is highly involved with media literacy projects. And again, I pulled this right from their website. So here's what it says. Our aim is to topple existing power structures and forge a major shift in the way we live in the 21st century. Now, I want to be clear, the problem is not that these groups hold these views. They're free to have those views. The problem is that they're trying to bring these views into the school system under the guise of media literacy.
If ideas like this are brought into the public school system, it fundamentally changes what we think public education is about. So rather than creating critical thinking and a range of ideas, what these teachers of media literacy are really doing is telling students what to think, which cuts down on the diversity of ideas and essentially goes against what they say they represent.
There's this bizarre implication of media literacy, that media corporations are evil institutions with hidden agendas. American media corporations are great institutions. They don't have hidden agendas. Their goal is to maximize profit by delivering a quality product that people want. There's no hidden agenda in that.
Yeah, these groups, they say we should be watching and advocating for a lot of public and community broadcasting, but if you've ever watched that stuff, it's boring as hell. I mean, who wants to watch city council meetings on TV when you have programs like Lost or Seinfeld, with the click of a button? I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't want my taxpayers' money to go to support that kind of thing.
All right, so media literacy, that's something that should have died out years ago. It's these fringe groups that just misrepresent all of the issues, and they use that to manipulate the viewers. All right, so how do they do this? How do they manipulate us? What they do is they're using statistics, these scary numbers, and they throw in some ominous music underneath it, and they usually shoot somebody with a bookcase behind them to make them seem credible.
In 2004, over $300,000 were given to media literacy advocacy groups. Most of those donations, 98% in fact, were from left-wing groups or private donors. What does that tell you about whose interests are at stake?
Kids already watch hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of TV a year. They understand media literacy, but they don't read much. We should be using class time to teach print literacy, reading literacy. That's where the real need is.
It's no secret that schools are broke. Jobs are scarce, teachers are underpaid and overworked. How can we expect them to add an entirely new subject to their curriculum?
So really, you have these textbook examples of hypocrisy. There's the media watchdog groups who say that they're fighting for free speech and a diversity of views. But really what they're doing is they're promoting their own narrow viewpoints.
There's a naivety and innocence that's an essential part of childhood. When kids are watching TV, they watch it with a certain kind of wonder and excitement about this product or that superhero. But media literacy crushes those kinds of dreams. It asks and says, these things are fake, or we should think critically about them. Is this what we really want for our children? Do we want them to be questioning those kind of ideals when they're just developing, when they have hopes, wonders?
I grew up watching television. I'll bet you did too. And there's nothing wrong with us today. We didn't have media literacy, and I don't really see why our kids need it either.
Media literacy is simply not that important. Ask anybody on the street about TV and they'll tell you TV is just entertainment. It doesn't really affect us that much. I mean, once in a while you might have a kid who gets excited about a certain product or sugary cereal or a superhero action figure, but who cares?